Let's say this was a finished project that we were working on here. All I need to do, because I need to render it now, into one piece of media. Double click on it, highlights the whole thing. I don't want that great big leading edge, so that'll just be black screen. And let's move these pieces of media over here, just tighten them up a bit. Okay, so now I have selected my render area. I go to Project, Render As, and this window is kind of important to pay attention to. It has 4 drop-down menus that you need to just double check each time. First one, where am I saving it? For you, you will always save everything into your H drive. H drive, multimedia, try 3, projects, folders, and then you would pick your name. For me, I'm just going to use examples folder in here, there, and let's call this project 1. Okay, I need to give it a name, so this is my Homer Loves Bacon project. I need to always make sure that it's on main concept MPEG 2. The easy way to remember this one is that when you do the drop down window, it's the longest selection in here. Now it's not the only one that'll work. It just renders the file to the smallest possible size and still gives decent video quality. So we select MPEG 2. You also want to make sure that you are on default template. Now there are a lot of other selections in here that work out well, but they're all a little bit more complicated. So default template's important because this gives you an audio track, and if you have audio with your video, you need to have it on default or you will render only a video with a blank audio track. So you always just look in the description box to make sure that it says audio 224 kbps 44, so forth, so on. Then you hit save. Now, this shouldn't take too long to render because this is a relatively short piece here. This says 100%, even though the wheel's still spinning here. I just come up and I hit open folder. And my folder opens up and there's Homer Loves Bacon, and I can drag that file right from there onto my timeline. I don't need this right now, so I'll close that. Now, you can see that it created an audio track for it. This audio track is just a blank. If you play it, there's no sound. Okay, it automatically creates that. So we don't need that, so we'll go to Ignore Event Grouping, right click, delete, and now I have taken my 5 layers, or my 4 layers of video, and made them into one. And so everything that was happening on those 4 is now happening on the 1. You can see all that takes place. Now what I can do once I've rendered it, if I would like, I can pop further text screens onto this, and we'll just throw in sample text, and we will throw in another sample text, I might have a problem with this one right here because it's got a red background. And another sample text. And we'll close that down and we'll play that and see what we've got. And yep, we need to go in and edit this one. And what we need to do is we need to go to properties and we need to pull down our background color on that one so that it can come through. Now, I don't like where these are at over the top of that old sample text, so we'll move them all over here. And they don't have to be stacked right on top of each other. I'm just doing that. Well, let's get to a spot where the Homer transparent, there we go, much better. Okay, let's move that over here, over here, over here. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to edit each one. All I'm going to do is I'm going to change my placement. So I'm going to put one up here. I'm going to close that. I'm going to put one. Whoops, I need to go to placement. I'll put another one over here. Close that, and I'm going to take this one, go to placement, and I'm going to move that one down just a little bit so that we can see all of our sample text, and then when the hot comes in, that will still be there. Now I can go ahead and play that. And so that's just a way where you can layer numerous text screens on top of each other. If we wanted to, we could take these and, whoops, again, I want to time stretch, I don't want to trim. Time stretch this one back to here, time stretch this one over to here, time stretch this one to here. Now we've got one set of sample text. Now we'll have another one pop up over here. And then in a moment, another one will pop up over in this upper corner. And they pop up very quickly, so if I just fade, fade, and fade, and now they're each going to slowly fade in instead of abruptly fading in. And I can do that at the bottoms too as well, or at the tail ends of it, just change their fades a little bit. And then they'll each start to fade out just a little bit ahead of each other. Now my graphics card's having a little bit of trouble keeping up with all that. But once I render it, it would be fine. Okay, and so here's another way where you can layer in numerous text after you've rendered a video. So a text screen isn't something that you just pop in and put a few words up. A text screen can be a very powerful tool, and if you learn how to get a little creative with it, there's a lot that can be done with your text screens.